Alright, time to make my Cuphead video. It's only been like 2 weeks since the game came out, so there's still gotta be some original stuff I can say, right? Right? Cuphead is incredible. I mean, you probably already knew that, but I'm pretty much just making this video to reinforce that Cuphead is not only one of the best games I've played all year, but it's also an amazing artistic and creative achievement that I hope influences the future of video games. I'm also making this video because I spent an entire weekend playing nothing but Cuphead instead of working on anything, so there's that. The game itself is a run-and-gun platformer designed to look and feel like a cartoon from the 1930s, with an emphasis on creative boss fights and difficulty reminiscent of classic games from the 80s and 90s. The devs were probably just like, yo, you know how some games have really cool boss fights? What if we just made boss fights the game? Studio MDHR began developing Cuphead back in 2010. They've been working on this game for 7 years. Each trailer released during that time shows you how far the game has come and how many times it's been delayed to make sure it came out perfect. It contains fully hand-drawn animation and an incredible soundtrack that totally immerses you in the game and makes you feel like you're literally controlling a classic cartoon. I feel like a lot of games nowadays have difficulty options that either make the game more of a storytelling experience where you cruise through an easy mode, or include something like heroic or deadly, which cranks the game up to an insanely difficult level. This isn't necessarily a bad thing, as it makes more games accessible to a wider player base, but it removes the feeling of just getting your ass kicked and being forced to adapt, instead of just opening the option screen and cranking down the difficulty or grinding for a super OP weapon or a powerful ability at a higher level. Playing Cuphead was so refreshing because it was great to just load up a game and get my ass kicked by something other than League of Legends. Cuphead doesn't hold your hand with numerous tutorials or constantly introduce new abilities, mechanics, and tips for beating bosses. It just says, here are the controls, and sets you off to figure shit out by yourself. And there's nothing you can do except actually improve. You just have to keep dying and trying over and over again until you finally hit the knockout screen. One of my favorite things about Cuphead is how addicting its difficulty is. The more I played, the better I got at each boss. With each death, I learned the boss's attacks and patterns and got a little bit closer to winning. I got angry, but I never wanted to stop playing the entire time. Except for this fucking dragon, okay? I was on his boss for like an hour and a half. I just stopped for my own sanity.
Here's a real high-class bout. It's on!
Here's a real high-class fucking bullet through my skull. To get itself started, the story of Cuphead basically goes like this. Cuphead and his bro Mugman are fucking shit up at the local casino, which happens to be owned by the devil, when the devil's like, dude, you wanna bet your soul? Cuphead's like, hell yeah, dude, and he goes all in, and Mugman's like, Cuphead, what the fuck? And then their kettle grandfather dude's just like, god damn it, Cuphead. I mean, the risk I took was calculated, but man, am I bad at math. So Cuphead and Mugman have to go around collecting soul contracts from different bosses so that the devil doesn't take their own souls. You can play as both characters in local multiplayer mode, but I have no multiplayer footage because all my friends are online. Yeah, I have friends, Mom. No, they're not imaginary this time. As you journey through the world of Cuphead, beating bosses and collecting souls, you also meet the devil's servant King Dice, which is probably one of the swankiest video game characters I've ever seen. Like, I wouldn't even be pissed if this guy told me I suck. And he has his own theme song. Damn, dude, this is my jam.
I'm Mr. King Dice. I'm the gamest in the line.
From the get-go, this game is insane. You start in and you're like, oh, okay, this Bob dude's dead. Oh, never mind, now I'm fighting his gravestone. Oh, look, flying woman? No, it's the moon. Frog Brothers? Nah, dude, put your glasses on. They're obviously a slot machine. Each boss is so damn creative that you never know exactly what's gonna happen. Sometimes I just barely beat a boss with 1 HP left, and I'm like, oh, thank God I finally did it. And then, just kidding, look, his ugly featherless body's back on a hospital stretcher ready to send me to Kingdom Fuck. Or this clown. Now he's a balloon. Now he is a merry-go-round, and look, there's penguins. You know what, while I'm at it, I might as well just describe a bunch of bosses. Dogfish. Dogfish. Is this where I say thick with 2 C's? Ghost Train! You'll never be a real cup, Pinocchio. There's Flower. Oh, okay, Angry Flower. His name's Beppy. Ghost Train. Again, guys, I don't think you understand. It's a ghost train. If I haven't already said enough, I definitely recommend this game, even for people who feel a bit scared away by the sheer challenge of it. There are a lot of reviewers and YouTube videos that are using the difficulty as a form of clickbait. I'm not saying that the game isn't super hard, it definitely is, but like...
5 Cuphead bosses who will ruin your life. 7 ways Cuphead is going to utterly destroy you.
Here, let me just make my own Cuphead thumbnail.
This game's really hard.
And there we go. If that doesn't get me a bunch of views, I don't know what will, because it's definitely not quality content anymore. I mean, I could also just make a generic Let's Play video, am I right? Oh, shit, no, no, fuck, get the, what the, fuck, Cuphead, no, alright, you can't, no, it's not fair, no, shit, dude.
Cuphead knocked me out and kidnapped my firstborn son, not clickbait.
Okay, now for a score. Alright, I got this, just be original. 10 out of 10.
5 out of 5.
10 out of 10.
Damn it!